Salutations! This is a day late getting uploaded. Thursday night, my brother said, Mom wants to go up to Iowa. Like, oh yeah, okay, I knew she did. You're going with us, aren't you? You're going, aren't you? Yeah? Your mom wants you to go. Well, we're going tomorrow morning. So we got in the car Friday morning and we went up to Iowa. We stopped in Hannibal for a bite to eat, drove up to Iowa. Yak, 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 talk, talk, talk. Same old stuff. Over and over and over and over. Got up to Iowa, argued about where to stay. Argued about what was where and what street we were on and all that stuff. The city is a small city, but it's grown a lot and filled up full of shops and places and things that never existed when I was a kid. So it's just crammed full of stores and shops and places, and you can really lose your bearings if you're not familiar with the place. And we haven't been back for a few years. My mom wanted to visit the cemetery, and that was our main goal. She wanted to see my dad's gravesite. There's a lot of morbidity going around. So, so we did that. We argued over where to eat. They chose an Italian place thinking that they would appease me. The food, I mean, it was a beautiful looking place and the wait staff were dressed very nicely. But if you're going to serve seafood or any other food, you should know what it's called. Rigatoni is not lasagna. Things like that. And I was disappointed, but I tried to behave. I tried not to argue or anything. Then came nighttime, of which you will see one real dark segment here is nighttime when someone was sleeping and I was not. And my mother and I were not sleeping. That only leaves one person who was sleeping and snoring like a bandsaw. By early morning, I was ready to kill somebody. One argument with me, and just give me my effing suitcase. I'm hitting the highway. I'm hitchhiking back home. That's what I said. I'm going. I'm leaving. You can stay as long as you want. I'm leaving. Oh, then everything got switched around, and it's always all my fault. So then we had to leave. After visiting the cemetery in a really quick jaunt through 16th Avenue, Bohemiatown, where the Czech Museum is, we left to come back home. Of course, everything's always my fault, and I think they like it that way. But 16th Avenue used to be an area of town where all the old Czechs and Bohemies did their shopping. Everything was, they spoke Czech, signs were in Czech, we had a butcher shop, couple bakeries, and they still have a down and feather shop there, and the museum was flooded out in the flood of 2008. So what they had done is moved the whole building 100 yards and elevated it up a little bit. But all the goods and things inside the museum are being housed somewhere, and it's supposed to open next spring, I believe. Reopen. But the gift shop's still open, and you can still go online to the National Czechoslovak Museum if you want to buy handmade things from Czech and Republic and Slovakia. And there's, learn to speak Czech books and music books and trinkets and hand-blown Christmas ornaments. All that kind of thing you can buy online too, just if you want a piece of the old country. So I've already talked a lot right now. So I will show you my little snapshots and pictures of what transpired Friday and Saturday. Czech village, and the museum used to be there, and they moved it right there, because right on the other side there is the Cedar River, and 3 years ago in 2008 it flooded, and everything inside the Czech museum flooded, so they have raised the building and moved it over there. It's not open yet. There's a small shop on 16th Avenue here that houses gifts and things.